So today I'm going to try needle felting. Basically what you need is some wool felting, I guess it's called. You need, oh my gosh, I don't even know the proper term for this. It's basically a barbed needle. You can't just use any needle, sadly. I have this one, and I have this one, which has a bunch of prongs on it. You need this in order to push the needle in and out through the wool. And it sort of knots the fibers together the more you do that. Anyway, I'm gonna give this a try. I have tried it a little bit before. It is time consuming. So if you want to try needle felting, just be prepared to put in the time if you want it to look good. So let's try. Okay, so here I have my needle felting needle. And watch out, these are very sharp. So that is why most kits come with these trusty little work gloves for your fingers. So now, see? Almost injury proof. I mean, I could still poke the rest of my fingers, but then I realized I can't open the bag. So take off my little finger gloves, and I'm deciding to use pink because I realized I have a lot of pink, and I just want to make the inside of what I'm going to be making. So usually you could get a whole bunch of white or just not dyed wool for this purpose, but I don't have any of that, so I use colors that I have a surplus of. So back on with the finger gloves, and I'm gonna start by making the most simple thing I think that you can make in needle felting, and that is a ball. So once you start, you're gonna be like, is this even doing anything? I mean, this doesn't look to be making any progress, but trust the process. It is tangling the wool into itself. It's just happening kind of slowly and on a really small scale. So I just kind of bunch the wool, keep poking through, and I speed up the video a lot just because this was literally over the course of like 5 days that I made this video. It's just one of those crafts that's time consuming, and you can see here that it's starting to tangle. That's a good sign. So it's starting to be more like a lumpy blob rather than a poofy blob. Okay, so I continue, and you want to just look for the parts that are poofy and just stick them in, trying to make the shape that you want. So in my case, I'm making a sphere, so I just keep trying to, push in the angles that don't match the sphere. Like if it's poking out too far in one spot, I just kind of concentrate on that spot. So see, I just poked the glove there. That would have been an injury if I didn't wear those little finger gloves. Definitely worth it. So now you can see it's sort of taking more shape, looking a little bit more round. I'm now starting to focus on smaller little lumpy places because the poofy spots are getting smaller. So you can continue to do this probably even further than I did. But I stop at a certain point just for the sake of the filming. See here, we've got quite a good little ball. I'm pretty happy with that. So I take out some more and I make a separate kind of oval-ish round shape because I'm making the head of the bunny that I'm going to be trying to make here. So I speed up the video a lot. Pretty much done now. I've got the little oval kind of shape, egg shape, I guess, that I want. So now the cool thing about felting is that you can attach pieces together. So I made the head and the body, and now I'm just gonna simply poke myself in the finger. I don't think it was a bad injury. It didn't bleed or anything. But to attach them, you just poke through continually, just like this. I'm speeding it up. And now I've got the basic shape of my bunny. Okay, here I am actually mixing two colors of roving together. So this is something really cool too. You can mix them kind of like you mix paints. I could have mixed them a lot longer, but basically you just lay a color over top of another and you keep pulling and pulling until they sort of make a new color. So here I wrapped some of it around my bunny shape, and this is going to be the fur color, so I'm just felting it on there. And now another piece for the head. Just rub it around like a shawl. Sometimes you might see me do a little swirly motion with the needle before tucking it in. I do that when it feels like the fibers are really crazy. I just sort of swirl around. Okay, now here I'm making a white stripe on the nose of my bunny. So I simply lay on the white wool in a line, sort of, and then I just poke it in place. Just like that. All right, now here I'm making some feet. I'm building up the bottom so it will stand. Here I'm doing some thighs, some little paws in the front with white. Sorry about the time lapsing, but I wanted to be able to show the process without having to do it in real time, but I try to make some portions in real time just so you can see how very time consuming it is. I just keep stressing that because I don't want you guys to get discouraged when you realize it does take quite a while, because I think it's fun. Like, I could just sit, watch a movie and needle felt something, and I love it. I love making Christmas gifts like this. So there's the back paw, one of them. I'm trying to also, if you poke in one area longer than another, it makes kind of like a dent. So you can use that to be sort of sculpting. I'm trying to sculpt the little feet. Now here I'm using my foam pad to make the ears, and this helps a lot because I'm trying to use the multi-needle tool. I really don't know how to use that very well. Wasn't really working, so I went back to the single. But you can just poke straight through what you're making, and it makes for a great base to be able to do that. Otherwise, making something flat would be really hard to do without the foam. So then I pulled it off, and I see I have all these fuzzies on the other side, so I just wrap them and tuck them in on the other side as well. But then I realize, see, I don't like doing this. I don't like cutting the felt because then I'm ruining the stray fibers that tangle. So this makes it a little harder to attach it to something, but I just couldn't rip the fibers where I wanted to, so I decided to trim and try to do a little hair cutting thing. But then I realized the ear was way too big, still too big, so I keep shaving it down with the scissors. Oh, and I also remembered I wanted to add white in the center of the ear, so I'm doing that now. And then pop it on there, and just, you might not think that you're making progress when, especially when it's been trimmed, but it is knotting together. There are fibers there. Just keep working at it, placing it where you want, moving it around a little. Oh, so cute. There's the other ear. And now I'm trying to shape where the nose and the eyes go a little bit. And I'm doing a little bit of a white detail around the eyes, which, looking back, maybe I would have done this second, after the color on the inside of the eye. I'm not sure. It's just, it was really tiny to do. So here's the eyes. Now, getting the right quantity was a little bit tricky. And at one point I felt like, oh boy, I got way too much. But it ended up tucking in pretty well. So this is real time. This is really how long it takes, and then I speed it up. Here's the other eye. Just keep working at it. I put a little bit of gray for the nose as well. And the little shine inside the eye. A little bit of white. So cute. Decided to make the tail white. And now the trim, just take some fine scissors. These are probably not fine enough, but you can just trim off the excess fuzz, which there's still a lot of excess on mine, but basically that's it. Oh, so cute. And I showed it to Callie. She's like, was that real? So cute. Okay, so now I'm making some earrings, some smiley face earrings. So these are going to be sort of cylindrical, but like a short, how do I say that? Pill shaped? I don't know. 3D circle. So lots of times I poked the gloves. As you can see, there's little pick marks in them. So it's worth it to have. So basically I want the face and the back to be flat, and for it to be round, I'm trying to make a flat surface by poking in all the poofy spots. And here's what the features are going to be made of. A little bit of a purple gray. So I might need a new needle at some point because I think the barbs do wear out. But here I'm just trying to refine. See, I did the little swirly thing. Really helps when you're dealing with a lot of fuzz like that. Tuck it in there. So you just keep poking. There's an eye. And the other one. I liked the way that these turned out. Here's the other one, briefly. And a smile. So you can like try to scrape the felt towards the direction and then poke it in, and that tends to help make a thinner line also. So here are the smiley faces. And I decided to put some silver backings so I can actually wear these. And I probably wouldn't do it this way with felt again. With the liquid super glue, it didn't work very well. Next time I might use gel, but this just hardened and sunk into the felt really, really bad. It held, but I just needed to keep. There they are. And here I am. There's the earrings. Okay, so I wanted to show you this. This is going to be a flat design that I'm doing, but look at these other things that people have made out of felting. It's so adorable. Here's another flat one, kind of like what I'm doing right now. These are so cute. And look at this. Like, this blew me away. And these little portraits, like, I'm like, maybe this is the next thing I should try, is felting portraits. I think that would be hilarious. Let me know in the comments if you think I should do that, because I think that would be so funny. Some people are seriously good at this, man. I can't credit those artists either, because I just found those on Pinterest and I didn't see any artist names, but Anyway, great job, whoever you are. Now I'm trying to use that tool again, and it kind of works good for a larger surface. If you just have to connect a whole bunch of wool at once, it works. But it's not really my favorite to use. I prefer the one needle. So I just decided to make this little sailboat picture for my husband because he loves sailing. It's like his favorite thing, so just making him this little picture. Tucking in the tree. Now, you can leave it as loose or tight, or make it as tight as you want, but I kind of left some of this a little on the loose side, and here is his reaction. I think I saw tears. And what is that? An art club mug. Oh, he is my biggest fan. Okay, so let's go through what we made. This bunny, I like it. I feel like I could have done better, maybe. But for what it is, it's pretty cute. Then I made this flat piece. Imagine giving somebody a birthday card, or if you framed one of these, it would be really nice. And you don't have to do a whole scenery. You could just do like some balloons maybe. There's so many ideas that you could do. It's just a really unique kind of art piece. And then of course, the little earrings, they are a little bit large, I have to admit, for myself. But hey, you know, it's pretty easy to make them smaller. It's just then the details get tinier too, right? But maybe less time consuming, I don't know. So anyway, that's my episode on needle felting. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a try. Please remember to wear the little finger glove things. I poke myself even wearing those. And also, the one thing I've noticed is that this thing wears out after a while. You can't tell through the video probably, but the middle is very worn out. So it's like I have to replace it. Anyway, just a little thought there. Here's a little sneak peek of a book character I'm working on for another book that will hopefully be coming out by Christmas. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy the sunshine, enjoy your day, enjoy trying new things. Bye.